Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm excited to be combining the two LEGO Spider-Man No Way Home final battle sets. The one on the right, the big final battle set, released in August of 2023, and the one on the left with Sandman released in January of 2024, and they do officially connect. I really liked the final battle set from last summer. I mean, I think it's like a pretty perfect set. The only problem is that it was missing Sandman and Lizard, and we now have those characters represented with this little expansion pack. Both of them can be displayed on their own, but they also combine in an official method, so I'm interested in trying that out. But before we get into it, I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group. However, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group, and LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. I took a quick look at these sets in my collection videos for August 2023 and January 2024. So really quick, the final battle set, I love the way I have the display set up. I'm gonna move Sandman a little bit, but yeah, I've got MJ falling. I have all the Spider-Men like rushing to save her. I really love Electro. He's like my favorite minifigure in these sets. I mean, aside from the Spider-Men are good too. I do have custom printed arms from Firestar Toys on them. Those are not official LEGO parts. You can see me add those in one of my minifig mods videos. And I have upgraded the other minifigures as well, because I gave Electro printed arms and different legs. And yep, I gave Green Goblin printed arms too. So just know that those are not official LEGO parts, but I like them because they're printed on official LEGO parts. It's just that they're designed and produced by another company. So this is a really nice display. I always liked this set. I think that it's the perfect set to represent the final battle for No Way Home. And now we have this little companion, which I really, really love, honestly, even more than I expected. The Sandman build is fantastic. Like, he just looks amazing. I love the way his hands are built. I do like these construction figures in general, but it's just so perfect for Sandman that I think that that's why I like it so much. I love his printed face. You do get another Electro, which is cool because I like that character. But he did come in the other set as well. And then, of course, there's an exclusive Lizard who is an incredible minifigure. And yeah, I really like the base parts that come with Sandman. Like, I love having this little tower and more scaffolding. So I think that those also connect to the main build. We're going to have to see. You do get instructions to connect the builds at the end of the Sandman set, and the final combination model looks pretty cool, but it doesn't show how to connect like the different parts from the base. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But to start off with, it looks like you need to take the roof off of the Statue of Liberty. Sorry for the jerky camera movement. So that means that I'm going to have to adjust my display with my Spider-Man a little bit. But this makes perfect sense because this is actually where Sandman's hand was in the original set. So, oh, I guess I need to take that out too, because then there wouldn't be enough room. So let's go ahead and take that out. And then we need to separate Sandman from the base of his set. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, disconnect the minifigures so that they're not in the way. I am going to have to add most of those. And then he just pops right out of the base. Also have to be careful not to hit Green Goblin. Everything in my display is very delicate. But yeah, there's Sandman screaming in agony, and then I guess I just plop this in and it connects into the studs in the Statue of Liberty's head. Okay, this thing doesn't actually connect with any studs. Like there's no easy spot to connect it, so I think he just sits in here and kind of floats around. I don't love that. I wish he would connect. I feel like there must have been some way to be able to do that. But the only studs he could possibly connect to are up here, and then he looks really weird because he very clearly only looks like half a person. So I think I might have to play around with this a little bit and reposition some of the minifigures and then come back and figure out what looks the best. So what doesn't make sense to me is that there's almost a perfect spot to put Sandman, like right in the center there. You have a 2x2 space where theoretically the base that Sandman attaches to would fit. I had to pick up the clip from the hand, but this doesn't actually fit because that cheese slope just gets in the way of this piece. So that honestly makes it feel like these sets weren't designed at the same time, which maybe they weren't because they are coming out like 6 months apart. But it's really strange to me because the Sandman set is so clearly a companion to this one, I just don't understand why like that cheese slope wasn't left off of the official set to make this connection actually possible. So I'm just gonna pick it up because I want him to actually rest on some studs. But yeah, it's just strange that there's no actual like system way for Sandman to connect to this, and he just kind of has to sit in there, even though he almost fits perfectly. Okay, I figured out a display that I'm happy with, but I don't love the placement of all the characters as much as I did on my original version. There are a couple of parts left over, obviously the base from the Sandman set, but I did manage to reuse the scaffolding and that like crane part or whatever it was. Then you have the top of the Statue of Liberty left over, Sandman's hand from the original set, and that one cheese slope that I took off. And then, of course, the duplicate Electro and Tom Holland Spider-Man minifigures, which I'm just gonna throw off to the side. So I do like the way this looks. In total, this was a $110 set, so adding the $38 Sandman set, that brings us up to about 148, so 150 US dollars. If this was made as a $150 set, you might be getting a little bit more. But I think it's important to keep in mind that these models, both of them, I think, are really highly detailed for being just regular retail sets, you know, not being Icons 18 plus sets. They are displayable, but they're also playable. I'm not going to play with this because I just want to set up my No Way Home Final Battle display. But you know what I mean? Like, they're good for both kids and adults, and this is a pretty cool display piece for $150. I do like especially what the scaffolding and crane parts add to it because it makes the whole scene more chaotic and more fun. And also Sandman really contributes to that as well. So I have him posed opposite to how he is on the box art. I really like this pose. I wanted him like trying to grasp with that big hand, but I think his hands do look a little bit awkward. I'm actually gonna rotate that one a little bit. It was down because I had not Tobey Maguire. What's his name? Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was running across his hand for a second. But yeah, I think like maybe I just need to splay out his fingers to give him a little bit more motion. But yeah, I don't really know what he's doing with that one hand. But I do like that I have Andrew Garfield running across his arm instead of running across the roof of the Statue of Liberty. I've got this bit of scaffolding. I feel like it kind of looks like Sandman just threw it and it's about to smack into Tobey Maguire. I didn't need to move this portal, which I'm pretty happy about. And all in all, I still really like that the action is concentrated onto this side. There's still action on the other side, but it's not as fun in my opinion. And I love how I've got the Andrew Garfield villains. I keep wanting to say Tobey Maguire, but no, I've got the Andrew Garfield villains like kind of poking out of the top, ready to attack him, and he's kind of just flinging a web in their direction. It's not as nice as him aiming directly at Electro in my original display, and Electro's my biggest problem. Like I said, he's like my favorite minifigure in these sets, and it's hard to pose him now because both of the posing spots for his clear stand are taken up with, well, one of them is taken up by the crane and then the other one is just inaccessible. Like you can insert like a rod right back there, but it's just too tight between the portal and Sandman's hand, and I could move the portal, but it's not going to be visible anywhere else, and I want it visible because I really feel like the magic adds another dimension to this display. So instead, I used what is definitely not like an okay like building technique for an official set, but for an adult display, I think it's fine. I took the clear piece and I just inserted it through like the whole of this Technic piece and then put a yellow bushing on one end because you know yellow for Electro and it matches the crane part, I guess. But yeah, so this is a super delicate setup. It does not work at all. Like there's no friction, or I shouldn't say it doesn't work at all because it does work. It's not supposed to work, but I got it to work because if I just keep it pulled through, Electro just leans back and balances against a lizard's portal. So I think that that's pretty perfect. I would like him facing Spider-Man a little bit more and, you know, a little bit more separated from Lizard. Like if he was here, that would be great, but there's no way to like secure this in place. So I'll live with it. So I wish that the Electro setup was a little bit better, but I'm pretty happy with how everything else looks. And again, the Sandman set just adds a lot of dimension to this display. I think it really completes it in a nice way. That about does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the display option that I went with. Let me know if you have both sets and how you're going to display them. But like I said, I'm pretty happy with where things ended up. They could be a little bit better, but I don't want to modify this like a ton to get it to like a perfect place because I just want a No Way Home display, and this definitely scratches that itch. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.